Hey, what's going on? Yo, how y'all doing today? Today, uh, is a good day. Like every other day is good. Yesterday is good. Tomorrow gonna be better. Next week gonna be better than that. You understand? All right. This is a business, entertainment business, music business, film business. I'm in the music business. I'm in the film business. I'm in the music video business. I'm in the model business. I'm in the party business. I'm in the event business. I'm in the, you know what I'm saying? Every day I wake up is a party. You get it? You got to understand something beginning with. Everybody might not be strong as you. Okay? Everybody's not as strong as you. So never forget that. So you can't go around with everybody and treat them as they are tough as you. Every person you deal with, you got to come at it like you're dealing with a baby or a kid that don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep that in mind for real. And the reason why I do this podcast is because, you know what I'm saying, it's my way of giving back to the entertainment community because, you know what I'm saying, like in my immediate physical circle of people that I have access to, that I see effortlessly on a daily basis, they, you know what I'm saying, they don't understand business. They don't understand the art of partying. They don't understand entertainment. And it's like the part of the world I'm in now, it's like, you know what I'm saying, they don't get it. They don't play the game. So I put this podcast together to reach people who will pay attention. I make this podcast to get to those people who don't have access to a boss like me. You see what I'm saying? That's why I make this podcast. And you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the plays. I appreciate the listens. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. For real. And I hope y'all do keep listening. And anytime you feel lost, you come back and replay any one of these things. Because these podcasts that I be dropping, you know what I'm saying, is going to be good 10 years from now. So if you ever feel lost or you feel bored, just listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I know you get to a point where you be looking at YouTube every day or looking at, you know what I'm saying, stuff every day, and it becomes monotonous. It becomes boring. And then you be to a point to where you done almost seen everything on YouTube. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, to all y'all out there, I'm going to drop a jewel. One jewel for this whole thing, and the rest is going to be opinions. Go to a website called www.steemit.com. www.steemit.com. There, if you do your blogs, if you post your music, you get paid when people like them. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying, the game is moving from, you know what I'm saying, it's moving to, you know what I'm saying, all that Facebook, all this YouTube, everything is going to be on the blockchain. You know what I'm saying? So go to www.steemit.com and fill out a profile. You know what I'm saying? YouTube videos on how to use Steemit and get paid for posting your content. Okay? And learn about Bitcoin while you're at it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, what I wanted to talk about again was, you know what I'm saying, you got to realize that everybody not as smart as you. And if you're not as smart as the industry norm, that's what this podcast is designed for, to bring you up to speed. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I'm doing my business deals and stuff, and, like, it don't matter whatever business deal it is. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's an energy drink or a cologne or a perfume or clothing or jewelry or, you know what I'm saying, music or pictures of, like, model pictures, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into that aspect of it, but I'm just going to generalize and speak about things as they come to me. So, you know what I'm saying? As in a business, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have friends. You're going to have you're going to have a community that you're immersed in. It's a collective community of people that you're a part of that, you know what I'm saying? They might not, when you're in a community, you know what I'm saying? Some of you could be in a community of other people that you see on a daily that don't recognize the special qualities in people because they don't know no better or they don't care. But I'm leaning towards they don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? Nobody will, you know what I'm saying? The people that you see that are comfortable seeing you in an environment, they might not know that you're a very talented artist. They're not going to say, hey, good morning, you talented artist. You're so awesome. You know, man, when your next song coming out? You know what I'm saying? How you write your lyrics? How do you know what I'm saying? How do you practice on your instruments? How'd your show go last week? You know what I'm saying? How's your music career going? How's your writing career going? How's your career going? They don't talk to you about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's very easy to be immersed in a it's very easy to be immersed in a community of people who don't know no better. So therefore you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't really hold them responsible for not being able to see that in you. And hanging around these people, it can make you be less of an artist because of the conversations you're having, the way that, you know, things are flowing. You know what I'm saying? It could being in a community of talentless people, or not talentless, but not into your line of work, it can be very disturbing to your career, which is still not good. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, part of being an artist or a creative type of person, you always need motivation. And you might not have the money to move around people that are motivators. So in turn, you're going to have to motivate yourself. You understand? So, like I was saying, so you got to be real careful and understand the community, because you can be in a community of people that aren't creative types that really don't care about that, and you could become less motivated and not put out good work because of the motivation, you know, the motivation that you're pulling in from your outside environment, that motivation that you use to create stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be very careful that, you know, you do your creativity in you pull inspiration from yourself and within to make these things. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know what I'm saying, if you're doing it out of revenge, you run a risk of falling out of love with what it is that you're, you know, trying to attain. And then, you know, you'll just stop. You'll get bored. It's not you. It's the environment that you're in. Is it affecting you like that? You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, so, like, in my affairs, in my entertainment business, in my freelancing, you know, sometimes I work with big companies and sometimes, you know, I'll freelance. You know what I'm saying? I'll bounce between corporate and freelancing. And, you know, and what I just explained is one of the things that, you know, that I saw, you know, over the past year. You know, I'm motivated. And the reason why I'm motivated is because I'm in situations to where I either have to work or I sink or I drown. I either work or I drown. So there's not really no, you know what I'm saying, if I don't work hard January, February, March, April, May, June, then you could best believe July, August, September, October, November, December is going to be very, very difficult. You know what I'm saying? So that inspiration is very, very key in finding your success. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, I'd like to ask you to go to Amazon.com And click the link below in the description box on how to get my ebook and read my ebook. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to put that $12.99 down. You know, download that Kindle reader and go on and download that book. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you want to know how you can help me and help my vision of Mastermind Alliance Publishing Group, put $12.99. All y'all buy a copy, and you know what I'm saying, call it a day. Read the book. You know what I'm saying, in the comment box over there to the right. Go on and put talk about this. If you got questions of something that you want me to talk about, you know what I'm saying, and give my honest opinion and feedback on anything you may be going through, you know what I'm saying, then I would do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not making no podcast about how you give back to the hood and then you have people that keeping it real with fake people, and you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna be telling you, talking to you about the problem. I'm explaining to you how to avoid all of that. You know what I'm saying? And you could take a collective standpoint from a whole bunch of different stuff because I don't know why people get on YouTube. Some small percentage get on YouTube to learn. Much more than that get on YouTube to be entertained. And that's all I'll say about that. Read the book. But, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when you in this industry, you know what I'm saying? Because I appeal to a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, that are creative types, that may be sensitive. You know what I'm saying? That's sensitive to vibes, whether or not people like you. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I see this community that of people that listen to this podcast, it grows by the day. And you know what I'm saying? And I know that by the end of this year, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to have a awesome size fan base. And like I said, I really, really, really appreciate it. But I'm not feeding into no particular perspective, because my perspective, I'm feeding into you. You see what I'm saying? So, like, when I'm working around on my freelance time, when I'm down from the corporate side and I'm working on the freelance side, first and foremost, I'm a rapper, okay? I like, my hobby is writing rhymes and putting them together and putting together songs. And I know my songs be long, but that's how I feel about what's going down around me. But, you know what I'm saying? So, while I'm working in my immediate environment and community, you know what I'm saying, many times the things that I say to people, it falls amongst deaf ears. It's like, hey, if I were you, I wouldn't do it that way. And some people take it as I'm preaching. No. I'm not preaching. I'm paying bills. I'm building lifestyles. I'm putting money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard to work with other people because I work with a lot of women. You know, a lot of fine girls. And you know what I'm saying? I give about a fifth of my life to one person, a fifth, not 100%. There's 95% that I'm keeping to myself. But that 1.5% that 1.5% that I bestow upon some client / friend / associate, they turn grown. Give me this, give me this, give me this. Shut up, I know what I'm doing. Fall flat on their face. So, if I hook you up and initiate a deal for you, and you fall flat on your face, I'm just going to go make a podcast and explain to everybody else who is willing to learn and who is willing to try to listen, who is trying to better themselves, who is trying to have fun, who is trying to have an awesome life, who else do want to listen, because you're not going to listen to me unless you click play. You see what I'm saying? You ain't going to hear me unless you choose to listen to me, which is way better. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I ain't trying to preach to nobody. I'm just like, yo, take what you got and make it a lot. Not take from another person, build something, and then try to, you know what I'm saying? So, but you got to understand, too, that you're around a lot of people that can't control their own mind or their mouth. They think they know what they're doing, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody in the entertainment business. I be seeing all the singers. I be seeing all the musicians. I be seeing the guitar players. I be seeing the bands. I be seeing everybody do their thing. And I'm pleased as punch to see that people are, you know, it don't matter your age. You know what I'm saying? You can make good music for people to listen to. As long as your music good and it's inspirational, people gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So, this community here is for fans to jam. Yeah, you got fans and then you got associates in a business. So you can appeal to fans, but then you still got associates. Those are two different, you know what I'm saying, two kind of different aspects. So you got to differentiate the two and know what it is you're going after. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to hit a point in your life when you're going to go on this learning. You're going to be learning. First is, I want to do. You're going to do. You're going to do. You're going to be a doer. You're going to be a doer. And then it's going to be one day you're just going to be like, I'm ready to learn some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just lucky that my conditions put me in a position to where I'm learning. I'm learning and I don't want to stop learning. You know what I'm saying? Because my tolerance is really, really high. I have very, very low tolerance. I could go through a situation and be like, I already did that. I'm good. Nope. And then I'll be a point where I'll be like, look, it's time for you to listen and me to talk. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make a point to where you got a point to talk, which you have to do if you gonna be in a creative environment with other creative people. You're gonna have to be making ideas. You're gonna have to be making conversations. You're gonna have to make you know what I'm saying, results. You're gonna have to talk. You're gonna have to be heard. You're gonna have to articulate it. You're gonna have to communicate, and they gonna have to understand it. That's a full situation right there. You gotta do all them things, and they gotta listen. And if they don't listen and execute it properly, y'all both still out. If they blind, you blind. To get around a blind person and put them in a bigger picture. The bigger picture, bigger than them. So they can have their perspective, but as long as the concert keep going, if one monkey leave, then you still good. So you know what I'm saying, you gotta have your negotiation strategies with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't respond to nothing unless you tell them no. They won't get better unless you be like, man, fuck off. Leave me alone. No. Go do it by yourself. And then they'll pull it out of themselves. You know what I'm saying? People, you got to understand the psyche of motivation. People get motivated off some of the darndest things. You see what I'm saying? They get motivated off some of the darndest things. And you'd be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So, with this podcast, I'm just helping alleviate some of the problems within this industry that some people don't know how to talk about it. People don't know how to explain the entertainment business. You got people saying, if it works, talk to us. If it don't, fuck off. They could tell you all kind of strategies, all kind of websites to jump down on. They could tell you all kind of stuff, but it still don't answer your question. How do I get rich? Yeah, it's gonna take some time. And yeah, there are some people that luckily be in that position to get that spot. But I'm talking to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rapper, but at the same time, I'm still a businessman at the end of the day. Well, I'm a rapper at the end of the day, but I'm even better at it, being a businessman. So I explain, I speak. If it falls amongst deaf ears, I put it on a podcast and see who gonna be victorious at the end of the day. The person that plays this and go and do some amazing stuff in life and make some awesome projects, or the person that I spoke to that couldn't even hear it and I'm right in their face. You don't talk to people like me. I'm not trying to be rude when I say that, but people of my stature, people of my caliber, they're usually in a plane flying over a city, headed to some villa with heavy security. People don't really meet people like me. So to take any information or anything I say for granted, you would only hurt yourself. So, you know what I'm saying? So I make this podcast at their expense. I make this podcast to, you see what I'm saying? I'm giving you all who's listening to this podcast their opportunities in life. And yes, I'm a boss. Yes, I sign checks. Yes, I hire. And yes, I fire. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm doing is taking a lemon and turning it into lemonade. And the lemonade is this podcast. You see what I'm saying? You got your temporary and you got your long term. Y'all who play this, y'all are on the long term plan. The person who couldn't understand what I was saying when I said it to where it transpired into this podcast is short term. Because sometimes with some of my clients, I have to speak to them. And then as a consultant, as a, as a boss, as a nobody wants to work with you, I'm one of the very few people that entertain and take time to even speak to you. I forgot what I was talking about right there, but I know it was really, really important. But everybody who listens to this podcast, y'all are going to do some amazing, great things in your life. Okay? That's how not important that aspect of a small piece of 0.0000001th of a portion of my life. Y'all are the payback. Y'all intellect is the payback. Y'all being smart, y'all being productive, y'all being successful is the payback. Yeah. And I'm proud of it. And I'm going to make more podcasts when I see more of my clients waste my time. When I take time to, you know what I'm saying? I discuss the overall generality of everything, but I don't explain the specifics. Like if you're trying to get a deal for such and such and whatever, do this, do that, talk to them, get over there. So you ask, well, Wrekn, what's up? You got all this knowledge. Why aren't you rich? That's a good question. How I feel about being rich is how whoever listen to this feel about buying my book. And you'll understand why. Hey, go to yeah, you know what I'm saying? Buy my music, but yeah, them online sales, you can get your own. Man, I done had my online sales hacked. I done had people steal my money out my damn. I was selling music on Reverb Nation. Man, I don't know how they did it, but they got my account and cleared out my whole Reverb Nation money. Stole all of it. Right off Reverb Nation. And then I told Reverb Nation, man, why these people keep stealing my money? They said, we don't know how to get your money back, but we'll give you front page advertisement. They'll put me on the front page of Reverb Nation. Money gone, but I got front page promo. So, that's that. Anyway, so the only thing I think is secure enough is that book. And I just keep throwing music up here. But, you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, that just tripped me out, you know? When I start awarding, start paying and start putting, you know what I'm saying? I got these guys probably paid about, between these two guys, I got to pay between $50,000 to $100,000. I got them $50,000 to $100,000. 50 to 100 grand. Maybe more. You know? I'm that bad. I'm a bad businessman. $50,000 to $100,000. 50 to 100. So, once they get the money, they don't want to hear nothing. And the only thing they walked away with about 100 grand plus, and I walked away with this podcast. So, and at this particular point in time, I feel just as good as they do. Being able to put this podcast up and being able to, be able to reach out and just like, leave some kind of trace that I was here because, I'm so in the background, facilitating and paying that I tend to get looked over. So I tend to get looked over. So that's why I'm thankful for YouTubes and all of this stuff. That's why I'm thankful because if it wasn't for this, you wouldn't even know I existed, And that's why I have a problem working with the corporate side of things, because you're immersed into a machine and it's hard to be recognized. And then at the, the pay might not be that good. And at the end, you're left with not a lot. I'm still grateful because, you get to learn while you work into these environments. And I will always be grateful. And I'm still loved by every company that I work for. So, it's just, yeah. So, just understand that I'm not going to be, complaining or anything or nothing like that. I'm not complaining, but I am grateful for everything I learned. And, and I did all I could to give back. Even though when I didn't have a lot, I still gave back. So, yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You get some people paid, they'll get grown on you. They'll turn grown on you. You know what I'm saying? They'll know everything all of a sudden. And that is really weird. Because I'm a bad businessman and I still don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to leave it at that because, when I'm in a position to be, an instructor like this or a teacher like this, I got to be right. You know what I'm saying? Because I can put y'all up on so much game and I still get left in the end. I gotta, I gotta keep some information concealed until the proper time to, change it over to be monetized to pay me. I'm paying everybody else. So, I'm going to have my turn one day. I got faith in God that that's going to happen, that I'm going to be like this ultra rich multi-millionaire. And, even when I'm a rich ultra multi-millionaire, I'm not going to be too big to talk to. I'm not going to be too big to invest in dreams. I'm not going to be too big to, explain, what's going on and to catch the perspectives. I'm not too big for that, so, and the only drama that anybody would get when dealing with me is the drama they bring. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get back into film producing. I'm gonna produce some movie pictures. I'm gonna write scripts eventually. When the time's right, and I'm gonna be pulling from pools of talent. And yeah, so like my page, subscribe, share, spread. And yeah, let's get this show on the road, because I have a feeling all y'all gonna need a copy of my book, Wolves Don't Lose Sleep Over the Opinion of Sheep, on Amazon.com. So hopefully I explained this podcast to you the best way I could, to where you have a firm understanding, or at least a general idea of where your career is going. You know what I'm saying? A general idea of what I was insinuating, or what I was trying to convey here. I'm not saying nothing bad about anyone. I'm just saying that, if I had to sum up everything that I just spoke about, I would sum it up as such as, when you're in a community and you're around people that don't recognize talent and skill, it is your problem, but just know when you begin to feel certain type of ways where it's coming from. Because people, if you're very, very important and people are disrespectful towards you in your immediate environment, that can hinder your motivation. You see what I'm saying? You can feel like, a normal person when you're not a normal person and you've done extra awesome things. That's like me being disrespectful to, if me and Bill Gates, I see Bill Gates every time. I see Bill Gates at the store every time I go shopping. Hey, Bill. What's up, Bill? Bill. Yeah, man. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, Bill. And then go talk to some other friend. Yeah, I saw Bill at the store, man. That boy had an afro wig on. Yeah, that boy Bill, he was over there drinking a Coke. You know what I'm saying? And Bill, this is Bill Gates you're talking about, dude. This is like one of the richest men in the world. Dude, this guy developed freaking Microsoft. Dude, do you know who you're talking about? So people would not care, and some of your friends might not stand up for you behind your back, will make you a standout guy. A real friend would not sit there and console and listen to negativity about somebody. They're not going to sit there and be like sitting here listen to this person talk bad about somebody else when they're not around. Hey man, don't talk about that guy like that. That dude cool. Nah, man, that ain't his style. I know, man. I know my mans. I know my girl. I know my homegirl. Girls, your homegirl. You see what I'm saying? Speak up for them. Talk about the good in people. You know what I'm saying? People want to just have a reason just to bobblehead and just talk about any and everything they get their mind on. That's high school, man. That's middle school. That's super elementary. You see what I'm saying? How you gonna be sitting here messing with somebody's livelihood with a big mouth that you probably don't even know what you're talking about, even if it is true? What you want? Why are you doing it? Why are you sitting here bringing negativity to this person, and they sitting over there, man? He's sitting in the house drinking a soda, and meanwhile they don't know what's going on. You got somebody over there bad mouthing them, sitting there, and people sitting in the house drinking a soda, not even paying attention. Cat over here bad mouthing them. Why? Is your life just not that important to where you just can't speak good about somebody? Talk about how good they've done. Talk about the good things they've done. And yo, I don't know if it's ever going to change. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, like I was saying, man, you can either be a part of the solution or you could be a part of the problem. You're going to be one or the other. And you got other people that want to play both sides of the gate. Or they want to be cool with everybody. They want to hang with the, you see what I'm saying? They want to hang with both parties. Hang with the person talking crap and hang with the person that they talking crap about. Now, what you want to use that? And you'll say some people out there, they'll use that as ammunition to come attack you. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be like really, really, really careful about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That some people just love drama, man. That's part of entertainment. Drama is entertainment. And we are in the entertainment business. So hopefully, you know, when I be playing these back and listening to them, I be like trying to figure out the points that I'm making, and I hope that I've touched some of these things. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever be too old to hear something. Don't ever be too firm to hear something. Don't ever, you know what I'm saying, in your way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, you're not in the entertainment business for your friends. You're in the entertainment business for the world, which is two different components in this big, big, big game. You see what I'm saying? You in there for the world. So quit being so selfish and so conceited and open up and figure it out. The answer's inside of you. Every male, female, listen to this. The answer's inside of you. And it's your job to get that out to the world.